Hey everybody, so today we're going to do a yin sequence that's focused entirely on your hips. So go ahead and start out in a child's pose. You can bring your knees apart, let your toes come together, and just gently sink down towards the floor. Arms can extend out long like this, or come down by your sides. The choice is entirely yours, whatever you're most comfortable with. So remember, with Yin Yoga, the purpose here is really just to find stillness in each and every single posture that we do. We hold these postures a little bit longer than we do other poses, looking at anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes. And this is to get a little bit of a deeper stretch into your body, working into the muscles, connective tissue, the fascia, everything that really holds your body together. The stretches can get a little bit intense sometimes, maybe a little bit uncomfortable at times as well. If you ever need to bail out of a posture, come back to child's pose, maybe find a savasana, jump back in whenever you feel ready. Start to slow your breathing down in through your nose, out through your nose. And see if you can just sink a little bit heavier with each and every breath. The great thing about child's pose, it really helps to wake up the hips, open them up very gently, but also stretch out the shoulders and the lower back. It's a very gentle pose that really helps you wake up those parts of your body, which in turn gets you ready for postures that we'll do later on in the sequence. Stay here just a little bit longer before we move on. So see if you can take a couple more deep breaths and get a little bit more comfortable into your posture. Just take one more deep breath here, and then slowly, with the help of your hands, walk yourself back up into an upright position. We'll come into a butterfly pose next. So you can bring your feet together, soles of your feet touch, knees fall open down by your sides. Now your heels can be as close to you or as far away from you as they need to be to get comfortable in this posture. Just inhale, stretch up. And on your exhale, start to round down just as much as you can. This posture isn't so much about pulling on your feet to create a stretch. That's not really the purpose of Yin Yoga. What we're doing here is just sinking down comfortably to get another low back stretch, but also now targeting the inner thighs. Let your head relax down. Find your breath, slow it down, and relax here. Another good posture to do. This one will get us a little bit deeper than child's pose did, targeting the hips, getting us ready for the big flow sequence we're about to do. Remember, if you can't come quite this far down, stay upright. Let your head and shoulders relax. And this will start to let the rest of your spine relax all the way down over time. Progress doesn't happen immediately in Yin Yoga, just like it doesn't happen immediately in any style of yoga. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with your practice. Just relax into it as best you can. Been just about another minute here. See if you can use your breath to get maybe a little bit deeper into your posture, a little bit more comfortable in the pose. Maybe see if you can exhale your way a little bit farther down towards the floor. From here, take another deep inhale. And on your exhale, use the help of your hands, walk yourself all the way back up, upright position. You can bring your knees together, swing your legs behind you to come into a tabletop. We're going to do a couple of cat-cows just to loosen up the spine. So for your cow pose, inhale, lift your chin, lift your chest a little bit. Really create an arch in your back. This is a back bend. On your exhale, tuck everything in, including your chin, pull your stomach in, round your back, angry cat back. Again, inhale, look up, lengthen all the way up as much as you can. Exhale, tuck it in. We'll just do one more of that. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck in. Back into a neutral spine position, just regular tabletop. We're gonna come into a lizard pose next. So for your lizard pose, we'll start with the right leg, bring it all the way to the front of your mat on the outside of both hands. Bring your left leg back a little bit. Make sure you're on top of your left foot. Sink down into this a little bit. You should feel a stretch down the left quadricep, left hip flexor, but also working into your right hip, which is forward. You can stay right here on your palms. This is a really good place to be. This will open you up a lot. But if you're a little bit more flexible, maybe you're ready to come down onto your forearms. Get a little bit deeper into your pose. Just take a breath in, and then exhale, relax into this. Remember, at any point, if you need to back out of this posture, back out of the depth, come back up onto your hands, no problem. You're still getting a lot of benefit by staying up here. Remember, hold the posture to a degree that you can hold for a couple of minutes. Try not to use all of your energy right out the gate. See if you can save a little bit of that for later on as you get a little bit more open, a little bit deeper into your pose. or depth is something that comes over time with a lot of practice, with a lot of patience. If your posture is hurting you, back out in the posture a little bit. If it feels good, like it's a deep stretch, find that edge and stick with it. Let your head relax, let your shoulders relax as best you can. We'll probably be working a little bit to support you if you're on your hands or even on your forearms, but relax as best you can. Focus on your breath, in through your nose, out through your nose. Just a little bit more time here. See if you can sink down a little bit deeper, even just mentally relax into it a little bit deeper. If you came onto your forearms, go ahead and press back up to your palms. Now we're going to go from lizard pose into a pigeon. So adjust your hands as you need to. Heel toe your right foot all the way to the left side of your mat and let your knee sink down all the way to the floor. So this should get you into pigeon pose. Remember, you can always keep your shin parallel to the top of your mat. That's going to be a deeper version of the posture. If you need to back out, bring your heel a little bit closer in. From there, inhale up and exhale. See if you can sink down here. If this is a little bit too intense, feel free to stay upright. There's no point in pushing yourself past a boundary you're not ready to go past, but just relax into it. If pigeon pose is just completely inaccessible, remember the modification is on your back. We'll do pigeon pose from a figure 4 position. Thread your hand through your legs, grab onto your shin, or maybe just onto your hamstring. Breathing in and out through your nose signals to your body to use the parasympathetic nervous system, which really allows you to create that sense of calm. It tells your body to relax, even though the postures may get a little intense, the stretches may get a little deep. It signals to your body that it's time to relax into the postures that you're doing. It keeps your heart rate down, it keeps your breath in check. So as much as you can, breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Just about 1 more minute in this one. So again, relax into it as much as possible. Sink down as deep as you can. But use your breath to get there. Relax into the pose. If you come all the way down onto your forearms or chest down toward the floor, go ahead and slowly, with the help of your breath, start to walk yourself back up. Just come into an upright pigeon. Take a deep breath in. And then on your exhale, swing your left leg in front of you. So we're going to come into a shoelace pose, or some people call it cow face. Whatever you call it, it looks like this, knees on top of each other. So right now my left knee is on top of my right knee. My heels come close to my hips. If this is too much for you, go ahead and swing your right leg, that's your bottom leg, straight out in front. Right, that'll take a lot of the pressure out of the pose, but you'll still work the outer hips, the IT band, getting a nice deep stretch there. So whichever version of the posture you take is fine. The same principle applies either way. Inhale up, and exhale, start to gently fold over, sink down. Now if you keep your leg extended out, you're going to get the added benefit of a hamstring stretch. So sometimes that's a nice thing to do, whether you're able to get your knees on top of each other or not. The choice is absolutely yours. Whichever stretch you feel like you need for today, go ahead and take that. So we'll spend a couple of minutes here. Remember, this one can get a little intense, a little deep. This is a part of the hips, a part of the body. We don't stretch maybe as much as we should. So find the version of the posture you think you can hold for a couple of minutes and breathe into that. Relax your neck, relax your shoulders. Anywhere you're building tension in your body, see if you can start to let it go. Spend about one more minute here in this one. Use your breath, calm your body down. See if you can get just a little bit deeper here towards the end of the pose. One more deep breath in. On your next exhale, again with the help of your hands, start to slowly walk yourself back up. Take your time, take as long as you need to. Now just bring both legs out in front. So just a little bit of movement in your legs here, whatever feels good, just to loosen up out of that sequence. That was the right side. So now we have to do the whole thing again on the left side. So go ahead. When you're done with that, swing back into that tabletop position. Cat-cow, inhale up. Loosen up your back if it needs it. Exhale, And just one more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, rounded. And bring your left leg forward this time. So the left foot is on the corner of my mat, on the outside of both of my hands. I'm gonna bring my right knee back. You won't be able to see it, but I'm getting a deeper stretch into the right hip flexor now, the right quad. The top of my foot is relaxed down onto the floor. I didn't say this on the right side, but if you have any towels or blankets at home and you want to use that for a little padding underneath your knee, feel free to do that. Maybe next time you do this sequence or next time you practice. Just make your posture a little bit more comfortable that way. If you're ready, you can always come down onto your forearms, but you may want to wait a couple of breaths or a couple of minutes to sink down into that. Take your time, there's no rush. You may notice your right side and left side is a little bit different. Everybody has that. My right side is a little bit more flexible than my left. But you may notice something entirely different. So this is a good time to take note of little discrepancies like that. Maybe just know what they are, where they are. No need to try to address it for now. No need to force yourself deeper into the posture. Just acknowledge it and see if you can maybe address it next time you're on your mat. Let your neck relax, your shoulders relax as best you can again. They're going to have to do some work because your arms are being used right now for support. But even just mentally relax into the posture a little bit more than you did before. See if you can do that for yourself. A little bit more time here. Use your breath, sink in, settle in. Relax into this as best you can. Nice deep openings in both hips in this posture, but making it even from the first set that we did on the right side. If you've come down onto your forearms, go ahead and start to walk yourself back up onto your palms. So we're going to do that same transition into pigeon pose coming up next. So start to heel toe your left foot over to the right side of your mat. Move your hands, move your arms as you need to. Let your knee gently sink down onto the floor. You should land in pigeon pose like this. Remember, your heel can be as close as it needs to be, or if you'd like a little bit deeper, shin parallel to the top of your mat. Inhale, you look up and lengthen. On your exhale, start to gently come back down. Maybe you're all the way with chest on the floor, maybe you're just on your forearms, maybe you stay up on your hands. All of these options are perfectly good. Another place tension often builds up is right in the jaw. If you find yourself clenching your jaw, grinding your teeth in your yoga practice, see if you can just acknowledge that and relax your face a little bit more. Relax your shoulders, relax your head and neck. Just sink into your pigeon. Again, right sides and left sides often quite different. from posture to posture, from day to day. So whatever you notice, just put in the back of your mind, notice it, and let it go for now. See if you can address it maybe later on, maybe in your other yoga practices, but for now, just breathe. In through your nose, and out through your nose. Spend just a little bit more time here. Enough for one more deep breath in. Full exhale out. And on your next breath, go ahead, start to come back up. Use the help of your hands to walk yourself back in. Bring your chest upright. Take a breath here. Maybe come a little bit over to the left side. Swing your right leg in front this time. We're going to finish off this hip sequence with that shoelace, cow face. So now my right knee is on top of my left. But remember, if this is still too intense, the bottom leg goes out in front. Pencil straight, just like this. You'll get the added benefit of that hamstring stretch, maybe a little bit in the calf muscles as well. But I encourage you, if you're able to do both knees bent, stay right there. You're getting that nice deep stretch on the outside hips, IT band. Inhale up, and exhale, fold it down. Make little adjustments as you need to. If you need to get a little deeper into your posture, maybe back out a little bit, get a little more comfortable into your posture. Whatever it takes, settle in. And again, use your breath in through your nose, out through your nose. Just a little bit more time here on this side. Sink in, settle in as much as you can here towards the end. Very gently, with the help of your hands, start to walk yourself back up. Take your time. Bring your hands behind you. Gently uncross, untwist your legs. Just a little bit of movement, whatever you like. Windshield wipers back and forth. Whatever feels good. So to end up, we're just going to come onto the back side. We're going to do just normal legs up the wall. So you can do this in the middle of the floor. And just extend your heels up toward the ceiling. Place your palms underneath your hips for support. But if you're near a wall and you'd like to move towards the wall, go ahead and use the wall for support. It's a lot easier, a lot less work on your legs. The benefit is largely the same. This is a good posture. If you have some pillows nearby, you can place pillows under your hips instead of your hands, a little cushion. Help keep your hips propped up a little bit more of a relaxing way to do the posture. Whichever version of the pose you're taking though, see if you can sink in and settle in there. Just doing a nice inversion to get all of the blood flowing. Nice boost for your lymphatic system, but also just nice and relaxing. If you are in the middle of the floor, you might feel your legs start to tremble and shake a little bit. It's okay to bring your hands right to your hamstrings, not necessarily to pull, right? But just to support your legs in place. You might not feel so much of that if you're up against the wall. This is a good way to sort of create a little bit of activation through your hamstrings and through your legs. Keep your legs as straight as possible for as long as possible. And just settle in here and breathe. One more deep breath here. And then exhale, gently bend your knees. Bring your feet all the way down to the floor. Maybe windshield wipe your legs a couple of times, loosen back up. From here, just bend both knees down to the right side of your mat. Turn your head over to the left. Your arms can extend out like the letter T. Just take a couple of breaths here in a twist. Plenty of ways to do a twist. You can do eagle legs, you can do straight legs, plenty of options there. Whatever your favorite spine twist is, go ahead and take that. From here, go ahead and press your palms into the floor, maybe even just pick up your knees with your hands. Hug your knees into your chest. You can rock a couple of times, up and down, side to side, whatever feels good. And then release your feet back down to the floor, arms out to the sides. This time, knees come to the left, and your head can turn to the right. Last time, press your hands against the floor, or pick up your knees, hug your knees back into your chest. Rock a couple more times. Nice little massage for your low back. And whenever you feel ready, extend your legs and your arms down to the floor. Take your final savasana here. So I encourage you to take savasana as long as you like. Maybe try 5 or 10 minutes just to see how much relaxation you can get out of your savasana and ultimately out of your practice. That's it for today. So thank you all so much. Namaste.